Good morning, everyone. Virgo here. It is January 23rd, 2020. Happy Thursday to everyone. For all of you that may not have seen it yet, my first upload this morning was of the kids, my fur kids, playing in the mudroom. And if you guys want to see it, just take a look at my first upload from today. Okay, so I wanted to go ahead and we get cray comments constantly. A lot of times I upload them so that you guys can see them. I wanted to go ahead and read this one and answer it for you in a video. I wanted to make sure that Gibby J House Bay actually gets the information. So this was actually put up yesterday on my top 10 number 7 video of the UCC scam that everybody now, well, most people now are aware of actually being a scam, and that is to fill out UCC forms that are not actually legitimate forms. That actually occurs a lot with the redemption theory scam, as we all know. And this is a person who looks like they are already getting ready to fall into that scam. So it probably won't make a lot of difference, being that they are probably following the MAC if they actually believe this stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and give it an attempt anyway. And this is not actually a bad thing for other people to see too. So Gibby J House Bay says, in the case of a pawn shop owner or manager who loans me money and uses my property as collateral for the loan, the pawn shop owner or manager now has a security interest in the property / collateral and could, if the said loan is not repaid as agreed on this unilateral contract, sell my property rather, for the amount owed, and any amount over the loan goes to the debtor / borrower. The pawn shop / owner manager has the collateral / property in his possession. Therefore, there is no need for a security agreement to be made because he has possession of the collateral / property. Unlike when one purchases a car and finances it through a bank, in that instance, a security agreement would be needed for the bank's protection because the bank doesn't have possession of the car, the borrower does. Up to this point, he's 100% right. The bank can then proceed to file a UCC financing statement lien against said property, collateral as the first lien holder. Now, as per your ... there must be 2 flesh and blood signers of the agreement. Well, when I pawn my property for a short-term loan, my signature is the only signature on the agreement. The same with the loan from the bank on the promissory note. That's deposited and creates the so-called money for the loan to purchase the car, but is actually credit that can be converted to cash / credit, then so-called loan to me, and we want me to repay loan to them that I created with my signature. If they file a UCC1 financing statement, aren't they committing fraud? I would never file a UCC1 financing statement because it would only make me a party to the fraud. Okay. I may be incorrect about them following the MAC because this is actually not what the MAC teaches. This is actually some misunderstandings with regards to the way number 1 UCC works, number 2 the way the banks work. Money is not made out of thin air, whether or not you believe that. Now, there is a theory that is called the vapor theory that claims that money is made out of thin air, all right? Or that currency, I'll say currency. I don't like the term money because money is whatever is agreed upon as currency. In this case, in this country, it is Federal Reserve notes. That is what the agreed upon currency, meaning money, actually is. All right, now let's get into this. Okay, so first of all, when you go to a pawn shop, and the pawn shop actually, provides you with a loan in order for you to do whatever it is you need to do, and you provide them with tangible items. In that case, no, that is true. You do not have to have a second signature on the pawn ticket, all right? Totally different scenario. But in the case of a bank, if you go and I'll use your example. If you go to the actual dealership and you apply for a loan through financing at the dealership's signature and your signature must be on the security agreement. That then provides the lender, which is the bank, to have the signature and witness at signing in order for them, who actually then receives the security agreement from the dealership, to file the UCC1 lien, so that they are the first lien holder on the actual property that you are currently using. Now is when your misunderstanding becomes even more advanced. And that is that when you sign a promissory note and a security agreement, and those things are actually provided to the lender, who now is the actual owner of the automobile, you are or is the lien holder, you are considered the owner, but they are the first lien holder on it because technically you've taken a loan out using that vehicle as collateral, and that's what you've agreed to on the security agreement. Your promissory note coming into play is this. You received a loan that is equivalent to currency. That promissory note does have value because it has the promise to pay the actual lender back. And therefore, if the lender wants to sell it to another lender, then yes, as long as they agree with the fact that you are a good candidate for repaying your loan, that promissory note has value. But it doesn't have any more value than what your credit circumstances are and what you were approved for by the lender in the first place. Also, they didn't create money out of it. The only reason that the promissory note is valuable is because that is your promise to pay. The vapor money theory is not real. It is a made-up theory that claims that money is made out of basically thin air through people's signature. That is not the case. A promissory note is not creating money. It's creating an instrument of value that can be sold to other banks, which they quite often do, based upon the criteria of which you received the loan. However, it doesn't create money. Now, with regards to the dealership, let's say, the bank has agreed to pay the dealership, okay, in order for the dealership to get paid for the vehicle that they originally paid for from the manufacturer. The bank is not keeping the money. The money is going to the dealership. And in turn, the dealership uses that money for whatever means they need to. All right? So the bank is not creating money in order to just create money. That isn't how it works. The bank is not creating money, period. The bank lent you money in the form of actual funding that is considered currency. And it must balance out for the bank. The bank is paying the dealership, who originally was who paid for the automobile that you purchased in the first place. So the misunderstanding here is that filing a UCC1 financing statement would be fraud. It absolutely is not fraud, because they can prove that they lent you money in order for you to pay the dealership. And instead of providing it to you, the bank provides it to the dealership as currency, cash money, whatever the dealership's agreement is with their lenders. And you are provided with the vehicle with a promise to pay back to the bank. No, it is not vapor money. It is not money that's created off of your signature. It is actual funds that are able to be turned into cash should the dealership choose to turn them into cash. So, just so that you are aware, that is the way that the circle actually works. So UCC1 being the lien holder, because the bank paid the dealership because you were not able to and you needed a loan, and because the bank provided that loan and has proof that they provided that loan, that allows them to use a UCC1 financial statement in order to be the first lien holder on your automobile. So none of that is fraud. All right, I hope this made sense to everybody. If you've got questions, please put them in the comment section, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Thank you for your question, Gibby J. House Bay. And everybody, have a great day. Bye-bye.